What's up, guys? Today is new guitar day. As a musician, there's nothing quite like getting a new guitar, so I'm so excited to share this with you guys. As you can see on the box, it says Fender. This is my first ever Fender guitar. I've never owned one before. Obviously, I've played them in the past, but never owned one. In addition, this is my first ever guitar of this body style, which is super exciting. I've been on the lookout for something like this for a long time, and finally the stars aligned, and here we are. It's a very unique guitar. I can't wait to show you guys. So without further ado, let's open the box. So this guitar came from the other side of the country. So I'm hoping the guitar is all right with the drastic change in temperature. So I live in Southern California, and actually it's been really cold lately, which is why I'm wearing a jacket. But generally, it's quite a bit warmer here than other parts of the country, so I know some guitars can take a little bit of time to acclimate. But let's go ahead and open it up. I'm going to try and be as graceful as I can here. So it's got the tweed case, the kind of vintage Fender tweed style case. I'm going to go ahead and put this down on the ground and slide it out because I think that'll be easier. All right, there we go. So there is the tweed case. You can see it's still got the little cover for the handle. It looks very clean. This is a very heavy case. The guitar should be very light. There's a little hint for you. But yeah, this is a very heavy case. Wow. All right, let's open up the case and see what we got. I'm very excited. I can't wait to see how it looks in person. So here we go. Dang. Wow, this looks crazy. Oh, it looks so cool in person. Oh my goodness. All the checking is insane. So this, as you can see, is a Telecaster. I've never owned a Telecaster before. And for me, I like my guitars to be a little different. And this is about as different as a Telecaster can be. It's a Thinline. However, this is Fender's 50s version of a Thinline. So it's got 50s specs on it. And then on top of that, this is a winter NAMM special model that Fender did in 2018 to kind of show off what the Fender Custom Shop can do. And it looks unbelievable in person. So, as you can see, it is 3-tone sunburst with Olympic white over top. It is checked like crazy, heavy relic. But I think it looks awesome. Wow. Maple neck. I've never owned a maple neck guitar before either. It's got a 57 slight V profile. Wow, this thing is so light too. Wow. It's got the hand-wired broadcaster bridge, hand-wired Texas Special in the neck. And I'll show you the back. The back looks crazy. So you can really see the 3-tone sunburst underneath. You can see the ash body. It looks so cool in person. I've never seen a guitar like this before. The checking is insane. As you can see, it's also double bound. Wow. I am so excited, you guys. Let's go ahead and do some close-up shots of it to show all the detail the Fender Custom Shop did here, because it is quite honestly ridiculous. So let's check it out. All right, for the final excerpt, I decided to do something a little bit different. I grabbed a drum track and just went, Tanner, come up with something. So this is a result of that. And then afterwards, I had my buddy Daniel Griffo play real drums over it. So those are the drums you'll hear. I have his channel linked in the description below. He's an amazing drummer, so check him out. And then I forgot to mention all the tones today are through two Kempers. So one has a Tone Junkie MAC10 X2 profile, and the other one has a Tone Junkie 65 Loman 2 profile. And then all of the overdrives and effects are coming from the Helix. So I've got Timmy on for the bass rhythm parts. The solos towards the later half are Timmy, Klon, and King of Tones stacked. And then I've just got spring reverb and a little bit of delay coming from the Helix as well. All right, I hope you guys enjoy it. All right guys, before we finish this video, I just want to give some of my final thoughts. So the finish I think is absolutely stunning. You know, it looks like a work of art to me in person. It is just beautiful. I know some people are not going to like the relicking. That's fine. Everyone has their own opinion. I will just say, for me in person, the amount of work that must have went into this, I really appreciate that. I also like that no guitar is going to look identical to this one, and I don't have to worry about dinging it or scratching it. And finally, it just feels more played in, which I appreciate. Speaking of how it feels to play, the V-shaped neck is very comfortable. It's a thicker neck, but it's not as thick as, it doesn't feel, I should say, as thick as it actually is because it doesn't have very big shoulders. The fretboard is rolled on the edges here, not as much as, say, my Telecaster, but it is rolled slightly. The fretboard I thought would be a little sticky with the lacquer on the end of it, but I've not had any issues with my fingers sticking to the fretboard. The truss rod has taken some time to settle in. It's still settling in after a few weeks. I live by the beach, so it's a very different climate than what the guitar came from. So it's taken a little bit of time to acclimate, but that's okay. The truss rod adjustment is down here at the neck, which is a pain. I'm not a fan of that. So I'm just kind of letting it settle in before I start adjusting it. Let's talk about how it sounds. So the bridge pickup is actually really fat and kind of lots of mids and warm, not super ice picky or really bright like I thought it was going to be. I've obviously never owned a Tele before, but when I think of Tele bridge pickup, I think really bright and kind of harsh almost. That's not how I would describe this pickup. It's not dark, but it's not far off from being dark for a bridge single coil pickup. It's just really fat and warm. It just works really well, I think. The middle position is quintessential Tele middle position, super chimey. It's a sound I have in my head when I think of a Tele. And actually it sounds a lot like the Jazzmaster in the middle position. So I actually think it would be cool to do a comparison of all of my single coil guitars. So maybe that'll be in the future. Neck position, it's interesting. It sounds nothing like the Jazzmaster on the neck or the Strat on the neck to me. It's got its own thing. It's really full and fat and warm and almost acoustic-like without being muddy. So it's not muddy like a neck humbucker might be, but it's not super bright or scooped like the Strat is, for example. So it's its own thing entirely, and I really like it for just kind of strumming along chords. It's lower output than the bridge, so it's a little cleaner, and it was really great playing live, doing some higher up triads without it being really harsh. So really like that. I will say a couple things playing it live. So played great, stayed in tune fantastic. One thing did happen is the B string kind of got off its little groove here on the saddle and kind of made this weird buzzy noise. So when I was playing, it just kind of, something happened. I picked it a certain way or whatever, and it got out of its groove. So I just kind of popped it back in, and it's been great ever since. I've never had the issue again, so it could have been some fluke thing, but I've never played a guitar with these bridge style saddles, so I don't know if that's common or not, but just something that happened. The guitar is super light, so it's great for playing live because you can play it for hours and hours and not notice it. And yeah, that's about it. I haven't had really any issues with noise from the pickups. It's been pretty silent overall. And yeah, it's just a killer guitar. As you can tell, I'm obviously really enjoying it. I am so happy to finally own a Tele, and I think this is a great Tele to own. All right guys, that does it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Comment below what you think of the Tele. I love reading those comments, and subscribe for more. I've got tons more stuff coming. And I hope you guys appreciate the amount of work I put into these videos. They take a lot of time to shoot and edit, and I'm always trying to push myself to try new things, so I hope you guys notice that and enjoy it. It's a lot of work. It means I can't put out videos quite as fast as I would like to, but I think it's worth it. But let me know below what you guys think. I've got a lot of cool videos in the works currently, so stay tuned for that. And until then, I'll see you later.